let me start my presentation on the preparation of CSIR NET Chemical Sciences. Before starting with how to start your preparation, let me first discuss with you the constraints which students normally face when they start the preparation for any competitive exam. Now, the first constraint is that the students, they actually do not know from where to begin with. And the reason for this is that the syllabus for any competitive exam is very, very vast. So the students, they do not have any idea of how to start the preparation. Then some students might have some financial constraints. For example, a student wants to take some coaching from somewhere, but he or she has some financial issues because of which he or she is unable to do that. So that is also a constraint. Then there are some time constraints, some mental constraints. Our mind is not focused on one thing. Our mind is distracted. We have involved ourselves in multiple things because of which we are not able to start the preparation. Apart from that, the students, they lose their patience because clearing any competitive exam requires lot of hard work and lot of patience, right? Another constraint which students face is that they do not have a proper study material. Another thing, the syllabus is very, very vast, and sometimes the students, they have an improper sleep schedule because of which the students are not particularly able to focus on any exam, on the preparation of any exam. So now let me tell you how you can sort all these problems. Now, these are some tricks and tips on how to study and how can you crack the competitive exam. The first point which you can see here, you have to work smart. I just previously said that you have to work very hard. But to that, I would like to add, you have to work smart along with working hard. Work smart means you have to, whenever you prepare a topic for your exam, at the same time, you should know how to apply the concepts which you have studied, right? Then you have to study in short sessions. Let us say I start the preparation of my exam today. From today onwards, it's not like I will keep on sitting the whole day for its preparation. I have to prepare in short sessions. I have to keep variety. It's not like I start one topic and I will first finish that complete chapter, then I will go to the next one. No, I have to pick up variety of topics. For example, if I tell you about the chemistry, we all know that chemistry is subdivided into 3 sections: organic, inorganic, and physical chemistry. So when you start the preparation, pick one topic from each of these 3 subjects. Pick one from physical, pick one from inorganic, pick one from organic, and then pick up variety. Study each of these subjects simultaneously so that you do not get bored by reading just one topic, okay? Another very important point here is that study during the early hours. Early hours means the morning hours. Whenever you want to prepare or you want to study some topic which you find difficult, then you should choose the morning time to prepare it, not the evening or the night time. Because in morning your mind is very fresh and your mind can grab difficult things easily. Okay, so the best time to study new things is during early hours. Then once you are prepared, you have prepared the syllabus, you can also take some online courses, you can take some online classes. Okay, and one point which you can see here is that you can use colors to remember more. Whether you are reading something from a textbook or some online material, you can always use some highlights. For formulas, you can use color, a highlighter of one color. For some concepts, you can use some other color. So whenever you start your preparation or you are preparing for some exam, please keep all these things in your mind. They will make your study more efficient. Now, one technique which you should follow for preparation of any exam is OK 4R study technique. OK 4R stands for overview, key ideas, reading, recall, reflect, and review. Now, what does this mean? This means that whenever you start studying a chapter, first just take an overview of it. When you take an overview, just roughly read it. Do not go into the detailed concepts. Just read, take an overview of the chapter. Then again read it, go through the key ideas, keep on reading. When you will keep on reading that point again and again, that chapter again and again, your mind is going to retain it. Then you can recall it few weeks or few days later. Then after a few weeks, you can try to reflect that how much you remember from the part which you studied, and then you can review it again. So please follow the OK 4-hour study technique to memorize things. Okay. Now I move on to the part which I'll be specific covering in this lecture, which is this preparation of CSIR NET exam. I think all of you are well aware that the CSIR NET exam is conducted by the National Testing Agency. It is conducted twice a year in the months of June and December. And the June exam for this time period, this 6 months is approaching in the coming few days from 6 to 8 June, right? Now the CSIR NET exam is conducted in 5 fields of science, which is life sciences, physical sciences, chemical sciences, mathematical sciences, and earth sciences. And since I think now you all know that I am from chemistry, so I'll be giving a bit more focus on how to prepare for CSIR NET chemical sciences in particular. Now this CSIR NET chemistry exam pattern, this is applicable for all fields of CSIR NET. I will just tell you the main exam pattern. The exam paper, it consists of 3 papers, paper A, B, and C. Now paper A is aptitude and it contains questions which is common for all aspirants, right? For all fields. This will contain questions from logical reasoning, qualitative comparison, series formation, and some puzzles. You can find some questions from probability also in this. So this part is very important for clearing this exam. I will tell you why few minutes later. Then we have part B of the exam will contain subject specific multiple choice questions. Subject specific means, let's say if I'm talking about chemical sciences, then the questions will be specifically adhered to the field of chemistry only. Now, part C of the paper will contain questions which will be about the general knowledge of the scientific concept and application of the scientific concept. So in order to solve the questions in part C, you have to apply the scientific knowledge in chemistry to answer those questions. Now, one very important point which you should know when you appear for the exam is that if any candidate attempts more than the required number of questions, let us say you have to answer 15 from part A, but you answer 17 or 18 from part A only, then only the first set of the required questions will be considering for calculating your score. So just be sure that you do not attempt questions more than which are asked to you. If you have to attempt 15 questions, adhere to the level of 15. Yes, you can attempt 10, 11, 12, that is your choice, but do not go beyond 15. Right now, how to begin the preparation? The points which I am going to discuss now, dedicate the evening hours for refining your performance. What you can do in the evening, you can take previous year question papers and you can try to solve those questions, okay, from the previous year question papers. Next, you have to polish up your skills, right? You know the concepts, you have studied the material, you know the concepts, but now you have to learn how to apply those concepts. For that, you have to polish up your skills and you have to improve your performance by solving previous year question papers. This is very important. Then, since now the CSIR NET is conducted in online mode, so you can start taking CSIR NET online test series when 1 month is left for the exam. And this is because you can self-assess your performance. If your performance is good, you can work more hard. If it is not good, you can put extra effort so that you can improve your performance. This is a very important point which is coming next. For better learning practices, avoid cramming. Please do not cram, because during those 2 or 3 crucial hours of the exam, when you are actually writing the exam, your cramming or ratification is not going to help you. Only the concepts which you have understood and which you actually know, only those will help you in clearing the exam. Okay, so you have to understand the actual meanings and methods and avoid any kind of cramming. Okay, now my next few slides are going to cover some important topics in reference to chemical sciences. Now, I personally feel that in chemical sciences, the most important part is molecular spectroscopy. Molecular spectroscopy, you can study with respect to organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, or physical chemistry. And all these spectroscopic techniques are very important from the examination point of view, be it NMR, IR, UV visible, ESR, NQR, Mosbar, Raman. All these spectroscopies are very important, and you should know how to solve questions which will apply the concepts of these spectroscopies together, right? Because sometimes, like in organic chemistry, it is asked, some data is given for NMR, some for IR, then some for mass, and you have to deduce the structure of the compound. So you should first know what these spectroscopies mean and how to apply the concepts of these spectroscopies. Okay. Now let me just tell you some important chapters or units which you should for sure study for the CSIR NET exam. Firstly, let me consider inorganic chemistry. In inorganic chemistry, around 15% of questions they are asked from transition elements, like you know D block elements and F block elements, and coordination compounds, right? So coordination compounds, if you have referred to the book of Puri Sharma and Kalia, that is a very famous book which we all refer for preparing CSIR NET exam. There are 5 units of coordination chemistry in that book. So you should know the 5 units because you can make a score of 20 to 30 marks by just studying the coordination chemistry. So transition elements and coordination chemistry is very important. Then main group elements. Main group elements are the S and P block elements and their related chemistries. That is covered in 10% of the inorganic chemistry questions. Apart from this, organometallic compounds are very important from the inorganic chemistry. In addition to these, I would like to add spectroscopy. Okay, spectroscopic techniques for the analysis of inorganic compounds, that is very important. Now the next slide is going to tell you about the marks distribution of how, what is the weightage of each unit. So if you see this red highlight here, coordination chemistry is going to come of about 20 to 24 marks in the exam. So make sure that you do not leave it. Then next you can see organometallic chemistry that comes of about 20 to 30 marks. So see 30 from here, 20 from here, 50 marks you can make it from by studying just these 2 topics. Then next you should have a knowledge of chemical bonding, from which around 8 to 16 marks questions are asked. Acids, bases, inner transition elements, then bio-inorganic chemistry, analytical chemistry, nuclear chemistry, they carry weightage but of around 2 to 8 marks. So you should not leave these topics also. Then the 11th point, which you see here, that is the characterization of inorganic compounds. Characterization is by spectroscopic techniques. So around 8 marks are dedicated to this characterization. So this slide, if you see, this is very, very important from the inorganic chemistry point of view in chemical sciences. Please do not leave any of these topics. Next. In this slide, you can see some important questions from organic chemistry. So organic chemistry, all of you know that it is all about reagents, reactions, their mechanisms, intermediates. So around 14% of questions in the exam, they are asked from reagents. And if you want to study about reactions, reagents, intermediates, and their mechanisms, I would personally suggest you to buy a book of Sanyal. And it covers majority of the reagents and questions are asked from that particular book, right? Then you should also not leave photochemistry of organic compounds. It is very important, and pericyclic reactions. 14% questions are asked from photochemistry and pericyclic. Then mass spectrometry also questions are asked. So apart from this, the spectroscopic techniques to analyze organic compounds, you should study that as well. Okay. Okay, then Coming to the part of physical chemistry. In physical chemistry, 10% questions are asked from quantum mechanics. So quantum mechanics, please do not leave quantum mechanics because it is going to carry a major weightage. Then in physical chemistry, chemical kinetics questions are asked from this, molecular spectroscopy. I think in physical chemistry, we cannot leave thermodynamics, electrochemistry, chemical equilibrium, phase rule. These are topics which should not be left when you prepare for the physical chemistry section. Apart from organic, inorganic, and physical chemistry, some interdisciplinary topics should not be left either. To name them, chemistry in nanoscience and technology, some questions are asked from nanotechnology, some questions are asked from catalysis and green chemistry, medicinal chemistry, supramolecular chemistry, and environmental chemistry. So these are topics, and these are some important parts which should not be left. Now, let me just tell you some preparation tips and techniques for the CSIR NET Chemical Sciences exam. First 2 points here I've already discussed with you before, that you should know the exam pattern, the syllabus. You should properly revise the syllabus before you go for the exam. At least you should start your preparation 6 months before the exam, and last 1 month should be kept for only revision. In that last month, you should not start studying some new topics or new subjects. No, you just have to revise what you have previously studied. Okay. Then the aspirants, the students, they should also solve previous year's question papers, and they should take mock tests more in number to enhance their speed and compatibility, right? So as the CSIR NET Chemical Science syllabus is a vast one, candidates should plan accordingly right from the beginning to crack the exam. While buying books, candidates should prefer books which are written by legible and renowned authors. Like in inorganic chemistry, you can buy Puri Sharma Kalia. For studying physical chemistry, you can buy Puri Sharma Patania. For organic, you can buy the book of Sanyal, Carrison, Jagdamba and Singh. There are many books which you can follow. And you can always take some expert advice whenever you feel that some topics are not clear to you, some concepts are not clear. In spite of getting demotivated or confused, you should always reach for expert advice. Okay, expert can be any person who is a master in this field. Now, my last few slides are going to just tell you about, yes, you prepared for the CSIR NET exam, you cleared it also. Now, what next? What can be done after clearing this exam? So first career option which you have is that after clearing this exam, you can pursue PhD. You can pursue PhD from any of the India's approved institutions, laboratories and universities. And there's a good thing about it that you can get a very handsome stipend of around 31,000 rupees plus HRA from CSIR, right? And this amount is for the first 3 years of your research program. For the remaining 2 years, you will be eligible to get a stipend of around 35,000 plus HRA. Okay, so I think this is a very handsome amount for your research program. Second career option after clearing this exam is that you can pursue PhD overseas. Overseas means abroad. So this is going to add to your credibility. If you pursue PhD abroad, clearing the CSIR NET exam is going to make you eligible for fellowships abroad also, right? That will depend on your capabilities. Another option which you have after clearing this exam is that you can work as an assistant professor in a government university, and that is considered a very prestigious and recognized position. Okay, and the salaries are also good for this. Next option is that after qualifying this exam, many prestigious institutes like BARC, NERI, IMTech, NBRI, ICAR, CSIR, IGCAR, ISRO, all of these, they hire scientific officers. So if you clear these exams, if you clear the CSIR NET exam, you can serve as scientific officers in these prestigious institutes. There are different grade levels in scientific officers, like scientist grade B, C, D, E, so on. And here I have mentioned the salaries also, right? So this is also a very respectable position which you can carry. Another option is that after clearing this exam, you can establish your own laboratories. For this, you can apply to the government and you can obtain approval from the government. You can start a research lab, okay? Another option is you can go for private sectors. Like several private corporate firms, they hire net competent employees for various tasks such as research and development. So these are the career options which you have after clearing this exam. Okay, now I would just like to conclude my presentation in the end. You can see the slide. Very clearly it is written, don't doubt yourself. You know, sometimes we feel that we do not have the potential, we cannot do it, but do not doubt yourself. Always believe that you can do something. If you start the preparation, do it with your whole heart, put all your efforts into it, and then you will be able to crack it. First, you have to believe in yourself and make sure that you give your level best when you prepare for the exam. Okay, we teachers believe in you. So before that, first you have to believe in yourself. I wish you all the good luck and happiness for all the exams which you which you want to clear in future.